Hi everyone. So this is like the last presentation we have for our project, and we have finally been able to complete the entire project end to end. So I'll start with the new APIs that we created for this sprint and the test cases. Along with that, I'll cover some parts of the all the APIs that we have created and how they are like used in the front end, and the rest of the APIs will be covered by my partner Ane. So for this sprint, majorly we were done with most of the things by the last sprint. But for this sprint, we have added few new APIs like the logging part. So this is not visible to the user, but more useful to us. So we have a logging for the activity of the user, and also we have admin reports for the activity that happens on our website, and this is more useful towards the user. Along with that, we have a new API which is for unmatching an user, which I'll explain. And with this, also we have added few new test cases in the. So we have a route test casing file which will be testing the activity log. Along with that, it will test the admin reports and also the unmatched user. So I'll quickly give a demo of this. Uh, So for this, I'll just run this command. As we have a lot of APIs now, so the testing false file also is big, which takes a little bit more time to execute. Okay, and all the test results are now visible in the file. If we go with it, we have activity log as well, and all the new test cases will be visible in this file. So this new file will get generated. Now we'll quickly give a demo of all the APIs that we have. Not all of them, but like cover the part of the users and the uploads, and my partner will cover the part of the messaging and admin. So as I told you, we have added a new activity log API, which is for the activity that occurs in our entire app. The second API, which is one of the most crucial API, is the register API. This API allows a user to register with our application. Once the user get registered with our application, the second API that is very crucial is the login API, and this helps the user to log in into our application. Then we have a get a request, a put request, and a delete request for a profile of a user. The get will fetch the user details based on the user ID. For put, it is any changes which is made to a particular user profile with the given user ID. And for delete, is just deleting a user profile. Along with that, we have a preferences. Preferences basically will judge on the user's ranges, distances, and gender preferences. This will help us to filter out the other users that we show to the current login user in their profile. And these all the APIs help us to are like user centric and will be majorly used for a particular user that has logged into our application. Along with that, we have like uploads API. So as we are creating a dating application, so we have a lot of assets that we upload to our application, and for that we are using this post API of public upload photos. And then we have another post API which is for uploading photos, but this one is without any authentication. And if a user wants to delete photos, they can delete a photo by like the URL from the Cloudinary. And these are all the APIs which we are using for users and uploads, and you can see them working with the front end demonstration that my other two partners have given, Ethan and Rijul, on the front end working of the application. The rest of the APIs will be covered by my partner Ane on messaging and admin, and he'll give you an overview of all the APIs that we have currently. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Continuing the presentation for the backend development that we did for the sprint. I wanted to mention that we used a platform called Cloudinary for storing the images that the user uploads on his or her profile, and this open source platform just gives us the URLs that the images are stored on, and we just keep those URLs in the database instead of storing the whole image in the database locally or any other hosted platform. So I'll just give you an overview of how we store it in the database. So you can see that here we store the photos as a JSON. JSON is just a format for storing multiple images. Instead of just a single string, we store it as an array of strings, and user can have a number of images. But today we have restricted the user to upload up to 9 images and a minimum of 2 images. We also we also keep a track of the profile URL, that the profile picture that needs to be shown each and everywhere in the front end, whether it be on the messaging, on the profile, or anywhere else. We also store the latitude, longitude for the geolocation that has been uploaded by the front end. On the front end, they use some library to convert the current location and get those latitudes and longitudes. And based on these, we just apply our algorithm for matchmaking, which is based on location largely. And coming to the other APIs that we built, yeah. So my friend just showed you how these user APIs work. So I'm just telling you uh, how the other APIs work, particularly matchmaking, messaging, and uploads, and as well as the admin. Okay, so firstly, matchmaking is the main thing that works on the platform, and definitely it's a dating platform. So the one thing that we just included in the last spring was the blocking of a user, because it's a common thing that uh, is included in these kinds of platform. So it's basically for blocking a target user, and you can also give additional information about the reason of blocking that particular user. The delete block is like unblocking the user, and it removes the target from the blocked lists of the person that initially blocked the other one. Dislike is like, yeah, you are shown with a profile and left swipe the user, and it's stored that are disliked you are disliked you dislike the user, and this user will not be shown on your profile on your and on the contrary, the like button, it as the name states, it's just likes the user. The matches API retrieves all the list of potential matches based on the user preferences. So this is just a development host. So we are having a temporary show of all users, but on the hosted API, we are using the algorithm for finding potential matches. And and yeah, other than that, it uses all these information for it gives all the information of the user, like the age, the bio, the and all the other information corresponding to a user. uh, the other thing that is a report is like, you find someone that is fishy or a spam account, then you can directly report the user. Blocking the user is different from reporting, because blocking the user, you will have to have a match with the user first, and then you can block it. The reason can be anything, and reporting a user you can do uh, at any point of time, wherever you see the profile. And these reports that the report will be towards the admin, not any other user, and the admin might consider to remove the particular user from the platform. The unmatched thing, as we previously told you, that this is a new addition to the sprint, and it is used for unmatching a profile, that if we want to just remove that profile from our matched page. The messaging goes along in the same way that it used to, and the get conversations API get the list of all conversations that we have with all of the users. uh, it gives the list of users and with the messages that we have with them. The messages API is restricted to a particular user, and it's used for sending a message to another user. Like if we type a content and then it will be posted via the messaging API, it will have content and the receiver ID. The receiver ID can be the another user that we are sending the message to, and this is like for receiving the message. So post and get, these are used for sending and receiving the messages. It will get all the messages that we have with the current user, and this is restricted to one user because we are having a user ID as a parameter, and conversations is like the complete conversation that we had with the previous users or multiple users in the chat. Uploads and admin, my friend already told you, and just like we were talking about the reports will get as an admin point of view, like these many profiles has been reported for suspicion, so we'll just have a look up on them, and if we find anything fishy, then we can just directly remove it via an admin portal. So yeah, this is what it is about the final API, final backend. The front end is already shown you or how these things work.